I've been a massive fan of the Beatles since I was about this high, and basically I've loved their music for years and years and years, and they've kind of like been the soundtrack to my life. I had posters on my walls when I was growing up. In fact, some of the posters are here on display tonight, which is kind of exciting. And the idea for this came about when I went to Liverpool a couple of years ago with a friend. We went to a museum in Liverpool all about the Beatles on Albert Dock, and in there's a massive wall that basically says all of the tour dates the Beatles ever did, starting in the Little Cavern in Liverpool on Matthew Street all the way to Candlestick Park in America, which was their final big gig. And also on that wall, I noticed Mansfield. It's like, wow, yes, I know they played at Mansfield because my dad went to that gig. He's always talking about it. He says, I went to see the Beatles in Mansfield.
I actually went in the March show as well as the February show, and that 1 month made an enormous difference, because I think that's the time when the girls were up and dancing and on the sort of screaming from the seats.
So I thought, this is exciting. Maybe we could do something to celebrate 50 years. But this was 2 years ago, so obviously I've been waiting 2 years to do something to celebrate 50th anniversary of the Beatles playing in Mansfield. Of course, when they did that, they played at the Granada Cinema, which was on Westgate, which is basically Primark now. It doesn't exist anymore. They knocked it down in the 70s to make way for the Four Seasons shopping centre. So we're doing this gig tonight with a tribute band, the Hey Beatles, at the St. Peter's Centre. So without St. Peter's Church, we wouldn't be able to do this. So it's very exciting indeed, and I'm really looking forward to it, although I am a bit nervous.
Come together right now over me.
Hi, I'm David Fudger, Vicar of St. Peter and St. Paul's Church here in Mansfield. Delighted to be able to welcome you here tonight to this wonderful evening when we're recognising 50 years ago tonight when the Beatles first played the Granada Cinema here in Mansfield. The Hey Beatles are well known across the country, and I'm delighted because Ben came and played some music with me when I did some music a couple of years ago, and with the links that we have with Mansfield 103.2, we've been able to make this evening begin to come together. We're in for a treat because the Beatles had an amazing impact on that night of 23rd of February 1963. It was the night that Please Please Me got to the top of the charts. Over me. We're delighted that we are able to gather together to reenact such a wonderful evening tonight, and I'm delighted that you're all able to be present.
What do you think now that that's up?
I think it looks good. I think it looks very, very good. Everything's blending in nicely. Even the last little touch, the two speakers bringing through, you know, the way everything's set up, the guitars there.
When I was young, I never needed help in any way.
If it's working from a radio point of view, I'm happy to, you know, in a hall this size, I'm happy to just project.
I've never done before. Help if you can, I'm feeling down. I do appreciate you being right. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? Now my life is changed in so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. But every now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I just need your light. I've never done before. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. I do appreciate you being right. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? When I was so much younger than today.
Hello, I'm Ron Coles and I present a programme on Mansfield 103.2 which features music from the 50s and 60s. It's called Jukebox Giants, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the St Peter's Centre for this special Mansfield 103.2 event.
It's been a hard day tonight, and I've been working like a dog.
We're here to mark the 50th anniversary of a great pop concert that was held here in the town. It was when the biggest ever British group played Mansfield for the very first time.
All right, you know I work all day.
Now, I know some of you here this evening, or at least I understand that some of you here were there on the night. So if that's right, I hope to talk to you later on, perhaps during the interval, and I'll ask you to share some of your memories.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music. Any other way you choose. It's not a black beach.
I'm John, I play Paul in Hey Beatles. We got into the Beatles really through sort of the Britpop thing in the 1990s, and the Beatles came back into the fore of everything, and we were sort of teenagers at that stage. And then, so it was a big influence in us getting into music and playing the guitar. And then about 5 years ago, we decided that we wanted to set up a new band, and we thought it'd be good to do a tribute band. And so we got back to playing Beatles stuff, and we all came back together.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play John. We started the band about 5 years ago, as John said. We originally, it was a brainchild of John's, I think. John who plays Paul, a bit confusing. And I'd already played in a Beatles band before, and we sort of joined together. And then Ben came afterwards, who plays drums and all other stuff. And then later on, we got Jono to play the George part, and that's it.
Hi, I'm Jono. I play George. We're from the Midlands sort of area. I'm from Swaddling Coat. We've got Ben from Uttoxeter, John from Melbourne, and then we've got Sam from Leicester. So we try and centralise our gigs really, which Ben will go into now.
Hi, I'm Ben. I play Ringo in the band, so I get to hit things at various different stages throughout the evening. We play gigs all over really. It's nice to come up north always. So we're in Mansfield this evening, but we've been over to North Yorkshire as well. We're off to Wales this year as well. We're doing some stuff in Derby. So we're kind of based around the Midlands. Bizarrely, we haven't played Liverpool yet, which seems strange, being a Beatles band and not playing Liverpool, but there's always time and always opportunity to do all these different things. So if you want to book us, heybeatles.com.
Nice to see you, Ron. Now, tell us about your evening when you saw the Beatles, but not at the concert.
Well, I'd been down Mansfield all day with my mum and dad. And we went down the alley, down the side, to the restaurant. And it was a bit full, but we came round because we were late getting home for the bus. And they actually come out as I was walking round, you know.
And did seeing them in the flesh make you more of a fan?
Yeah, it did, actually. I said, Mum, look who's here. And she says, never mind that, we've got to go home and catch the bus.
What would you think if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends.
My name's Jodie Henshaw and I work at Mansfield Museum, and I'm here tonight because obviously I've got an interest in the history of Mansfield town.
Help from my friends.
Obviously we're here to celebrate the Beatles tonight. Some of the stories that we heard about the Beatles, their first and their second appearance in the town.
How do I feel by the end of the day?
Are you sad because you're on your own?
No.
The Beatles were actually so popular by this point that they were chased down Westgate towards the Swan, where they were actually staying, and I think at that point people realised that they were too famous to come into the town anymore.
Anyway, thank you very much, Mansfield. We'll see you again soon, I'm sure. You've been lovely. And thank you very much to Mansfield FM for putting all this on. It's been great. I think...
Mansfield 103.2.
There you go. That.
And we hope we were as good as we were the last time. Thank you.
It is actually a really special night in terms of the history of the town tonight.
3, 2, 1.
And we're now recording. Do you want me to just go straight into it then, what I'm going to say?
So, yeah.
First arrived in Mansfield for this special. Oh, great.
Oh, wait. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Relax.
It's the light. It's very bright. I'm going to start again. This is ridiculous.
Take 4.
We'll have to start again now. It'll be take 5.
They were actually so popular at this point that they were chased off.
Yes, let's do this. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it.
We're presenting the Hey Beatles, who've come to plan. Oh no, I'll start again. I've lost the. Yeah, I'm kind of going into something new then. Okay, right.
Ever since I was about 2, I used to call John Lennon John Lemon when I was a kid. Anyways, let's not talk about that. They came to Mansfield on the 23rd of flippity sausage.
When we welcomed the Beatles into... Do you have to? Can you stay outside?